What is going on, guys? Reseller Tom here. Today we are doing another list with me video. If you like videos like this, make sure you smash the like button. That way I make way more videos just like this, and that way you guys can pretty much copy the exact strategy that I use. My main goal on this channel is to help you make way more profit, way more income, whether you're doing it part-time or full-time. My main goal and initiative with this YouTube channel is to basically guide you through how to really become successful on not Instagram, on eBay. And so we're gonna get straight into it right now. So if you guys didn't know, what I do is I take photos on my iPhone on square mode, and I basically take 10 to 20 photos per item, and that is I'd say 12 photos minimum. What you want to do is obviously get a really good centered shot of the item, as centered as possible. You want to make sure there's good lighting, and preferably you want a solid background, whether it's carpet or a wood grain background. Just make sure the floor is as clean as possible, and make sure that all your clothes are washed and they're in the best shape as possible. Try to get all the wrinkles out if you can. Usually if there's a bunch of wrinkles, I will put it in the dryer. I'll just put like half a cup of water in the dryer, and what I'll do is I'll just run the dryer until basically what happens is the steam kind of heats it up, and it kind of like, it's like an iron, but you don't have to spend a bunch of time. It's just automated basically. And so I find that immediately washing all my items when I pick them up on thrifting, if they're really bad, like I'd say if they don't have a horrible odor, or if they're not terribly wrinkled, you don't necessarily have to wash them. However, if they're wrinkled, they have some stains, and you want to get the most out of the item, I would recommend to wash them. And you can use like, I don't know, Arm & Hammer with OxyClean and just do a run. I usually don't do like a heavy load. I just put it on quick and on, I put it, so when I do the laundry, I put it on like gentle, and then I put it on light, and then the like the amount of water I put on like either the lowest setting or just like medium, and that way you save on your water bill and all that. And I just don't have it run for very long. I just put it on like the fast setting, because most of the time they're in pretty good shape, and really our goal should be to only pick things up that are in really good shape. No major staining, no major grease staining, no holes. I pretty much avoid all of those items that have stains or holes or anything like that. So we really want to make sure we source the best items possible. And then when we're taking the photos, we need to make sure that they're centered, that they're as flat as possible with minimal wrinkles, and that way the person gets a good shot. And if you're wondering, I 100% recommend always getting the material tag. So I always get the material tag, and then I always get the measurements. So when it comes to shirts, you want to go from the very top to bottom. This is 19 in length, and then you want to get armpit to armpit, and then this all the way across is 22 inches, like armpit to armpit basically. And so those are really the two measurements you want to get. When it comes to pans, there's obviously going to be different measurements, and you always want to point out defects like I did here. This is like a bleach stain on these Bonobos pans. Bonobos is a fairly good brand, has a good sell-through rate. So right here I got the size, which is 34, right, if my math is correct. So you want to get the waist, and with waist you always just times by 2, so 17 times 2 is 34, I believe. And then you want to get the high seam, boom, 13. And if you're not sure what the exact waist, just use a calculator. Make sure you get it right. With the high seam, which is just the top all the way to the seam right here, 13, so that's considered a high seam. And then you want to get where the inseam is, where there's like a line in the inseam all the way down to the length, and you kind of want to stretch out the pant as far as possible without like overstretching it to get that length. And the length is extremely important. If you don't add these, you're going to get a bunch of returns. So if you don't add measurements, you're going to lose a lot of money, because when people if you add the measurements and someone returns the item for like it doesn't fit, you actually don't have to refund the original shipping cost. So if you don't add measurements at all, you're going to have to refund them for them shipping it to you plus that original shipping cost. So you're going to lose out on a bunch of money if you don't do the measurements. And so if someone makes a false INAD, which is a false item not as described, like let's say in the messages they said it doesn't fit, but then for the reason for why they returned it was like item not as described, like not as described. If you don't have the measurements, you're not covered. But if you add the measurements for a true measurement fit issue, you will get reimbursed. I'm pretty sure they also reimburse you the shipping it back plus the original shipping, but I know for sure they at least refund you. You're not obligated to refund them that original shipping cost. So when you refund the buyer, when you get that return, you don't have to do the check mark where it says like the original shipping cost if it is for size, because the customer is supposed to look at the measurements and make sure it fits before they actually buy it. So those are really the measurements that you have to do. I get a roller stick. I found a metal one at like Home Depot for like $10, and it's just a yardstick. So very important. I really like the yardstick. If you're doing a lot longer things like dresses that are beyond the yardstick, then maybe get like just a metal like tape measure. But for the most part, you should be fine. And what I do is I just airdrop it onto my MacBook, or you could just use like a normal like point and shoot camera and basically use an SD card. And then let me just make sure all these are right. So I make sure, because sometimes with the iPhone it's inverted weird. So usually what I'll do is I'll just look through everything, make sure everything's upright. Like this is not upright. I'll make sure everything's upright. This is probably going to be a longer video, so sit back, relax, drink some water, and you can list with me as well. This is a list with me video, so everything looks pretty good here. Yeah, just make sure everything's upright. I'm not saying my photos are like 10 out of 10, but I'd say that they're fairly good. And with what you see, I'm making over $10,000 a month. Last month I made over $12,000. This month I'm right on the border of $10,000. But I also took like 15 days off because I went on vacation, and then when I came back, I kind of just didn't really go back to my original listing goal. But now I'm really starting to get back into the groove. So it's been about pretty much all month I kind of took off, to be honest, and I'm still doing about 10,000 per month as of today. So like, as long as you list really good items, if you take a little bit of a vacation, you'll still be covered for a little bit of time. But like, if I were to just continue to stop, it'd be really bad. Like, I still did minimum 10 per day, but I was doing like 30 per day. And then for pretty much this whole month, I've just been doing like 10 a day, which is not good because I've really went down on my listing goal. This one has hair, so this wasn't even washed. So I'm not going to be able to price it as much as it could have been. So it's really important to try to wash everything, because if someone sees hair on that, they're like, that looks like pet hair. I got it from the bins. Like, I do have a pet, but it's hypoallergenic, and so it doesn't shed hair, and she doesn't shed hair. I love my little baby. Everything looks upright. You just want to be as professional as possible. I have really good like lighting above me in my kitchen. I just do it in my kitchen because the kitchen always has good lighting, and I just do it right on the floor here. But I also have a light that shines down on it. So you could invest in a light, but you don't have to. Like, I still had $10,000 months with just having, just the kitchen lights from above. So let's stop rambling here. Let's get straight to listing. I'll show you pretty much everything that I do here. For these Adidas pants, I can actually sell similar on my my own page. So what I do is I'll go down to my solds. Actually, I'll just type it in. Adidas pants. Oh, didn't do that right. I'll go to my page, and if you have like a track record of selling something, just go to your own page. See, I have a bunch of these, and they tend to sell fairly well. So I have like 23 of these, so I love listing them because they sell like a couple times a week all the time. So just find one that's kind of similar and just sell similar just to get that template, but then obviously you're gonna change things around because this isn't nylon, this is like fleece sweatpants. So what I do is I'll just drag it all in, and then this one is Adidas as well. It makes it a lot easier when you can just, if you have a bunch of brands when you're listing, just try to like have them all in a row. That way it's easier while you're listing. So if you have a bunch of Adidas pants, just get them all in a row. That way when you're listing, it's really easy for you to just drag and drop all of them. So here are red ones. These are just joggers. And then I did another one, Adidas. You can always just make sure they are Adidas. But what I'll do is I'll just go to sell now off of one that I either have listed or sold in the past. A lot of the ones I listed today I can actually just sell similar off my own, which is where you want to be because it's less like editing. Because if you're selling off of others, a lot of the times they just have a bunch of errors in their listing. So it's not mandatory, but it's good. So usually I'll just go to sold because like there was something in it that made it sell. So I'll just sell similar on the ones that I sold usually, because if it sold once, it can absolutely sell again. And I think it's a lot faster just selling on your own overall. It makes the process just a lot faster. Here's Fairty, a really good brand. I also have one that recently sold. So here's one that I have listed. Just sell now. This one did get listed and got returned for a didn't fit, so I didn't have to refund the original shipping because it was a did not fit. And then for one that doesn't have, I've never sold this item before, so what would this be considered? If you don't know what it is, you can always go on Google Lens. So here's the exact one. A Western is basically just a double pocket, as you can see. So I'll just sell off the first one. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to adjust it, which I'll show you, like, basically when you adjust it. Here's a North Face Nano Puffer. And if you want to learn brands, you can always like for instance, if you wanted to learn what a Nano Puffer was, it's one of their top selling items. Just go on North Face, go to solds. So we'll just do a quick one right here. Whoa. North Face. Then what you want to do is go to sold, and this is how you would research an item. You go to sold. So these are all the recent ones that sold, and then you would go to high to low, and just see like what the bangers are. And so these are selling for $1,500, but you can obviously scroll down. So Summit Advanced Mountain is like obviously extremely expensive. So this is how you can learn what items are selling for really good money. The Gucci ones seem like they're selling for a lot of money. Summit series sells for really good money. And you're not going to really know this unless you research it. So Retro 700 down does very well. 800 down. Supreme. But let's go to the 5th one. Let's see what's selling for a little bit lower. Gore-Tex, obviously. Let's go even lower. Himalayan. So you're not going to really know what sells unless you actually look at the solds to see. And this is how you do research, guys. Diablo down. Supreme. So these are selling for 200. 700 puffer. Big Bolo. And there's people that will sit on eBay all day just to like see the newly listed items, or they'll sort from low to high and try to snipe out North Face puffer jackets where people don't really know what they're doing. Maybe they'll list it at like $50 when they're worth like 700, and then people will just snipe it out. So there's people on eBay that do that all day. Okay, so let's get back to work here. But that's how you would research new items. Rag & Bone's a really, really good brand. Their men's jeans do really good. Their cardigans do very well. So as you can see, there's like a little style tag right here. There's like the brand, and then there's like whatever the thing is. So you just want to search it here. And if it doesn't show up, then you're kind of out of luck. But you could always do Google Lens. Did I spell it right? Yep. Maybe we'll... Oh, that's why. I'm searching solds. So in this case, I'll just do shirt, woman's, small. And then we'll just... And then T. It's a t-shirt. Let's see what this graphic is. Nothing crazy. It's just a good brand. Somehow it'll still sell. So Rag & Bone's very high ASP. Like, look at these. It's still going high to low, though. So let's go to best match. So here's just a regular t-shirt. We'll just do this one. We'll sell similar, and then we'll obviously change it. Boom. This one is a bonobos. So we'll just type in, I'm not sure if this is women's or men's. It looks like it's men's. So, yeah. So we'll sell similar. This one does have some bleach on it, so it's not going to go for as much. But this is pretty much the process that I do. And then here's a Mountain Hardware. And then I got the style tag. I never really know which one is the style tag, so you might have to like search up some of these. But we want to kind of get the name of what it is. Oh shoot. Let's see if anything comes up. So when things are like fuzzy, it's Sherpa. So this one's a women's. Oops. Sherpa. So this is the exact one. So similar off of it. This is literally the exact one. They have it priced at 30, so I'll probably price it at like 38. Torrid Active. And they're going for like 20. So we'll go to a top rated one. I also have really fast, I have like the fastest internet you can get. So by the time that I circle back, oh shoot. So if you just exit, you'll just go to giraffes and then find it. But that was a fail. Fox Racing. These are probably going to be expensive. Flex Air. Pins. And I might have to go to Google Lens to find these. Spelled it wrong. Yeah, so these look like they're really expensive. It's like these ones. So $30. So not super expensive. But I'm going to mark it up because Fox is a really good brand. So these are the exact ones. So I'll do these ones and then I'm going to price it up and then probably mark it down slowly because they're like almost in brand new condition. All right. Here's another Tommy Bahama. So we'll go to my store, sell similar. It's like the same exact one. So like if I've sold an item once, I will pick it up again because it has a track record of selling from my store. So really the goal is to try to just keep selling what you have been selling. Here is a J. Joe, which is one of my favorite brands. This one does have a defect though. They sell really fast. Like all the J. Joe ones that I list sell like within a day. This one does have a defect, so it might take longer or sell for a lot less, but all right. We'll just sell similar. Boom. So like finding the item can take some time, but it goes a lot faster if you just keep picking up the same items that you've picked up before. Here's an REI Co-op long sleeve. Crew neck. So they go for, I'll probably price it like 24. I usually price a little over. So this person's pricing at 18. I'll probably do 24 with like 20% markdown. I kind of price my things a little higher. And then I usually mark it down. Boom. These are women's, it looks like. Nike pants, women's sweatpants. Boom, 24 around. I really love picking up Adidas sweatpants or joggers or Nike track pants, straight pants. Like they do really good. Pretty much all year round, to be honest. Like even during the summer, these sell really good. Nike golf polo shirt. These sit around for a little bit, but this is the season to really list these. So like during the winter, I will stop listing these for sure. But as of right now, they're selling. I'll probably get like a $10 offer as always. Here is a Lacoste women's shirt. Let's look for a top rated one. Alright, we'll just do this one. Like $20. Like 18. I'll probably do 24 because Lacoste is a really good brand. So we're almost done listing here. I think I did 20 clothing items. So usually when I list 20 per day, I'm doing like high 400s per day in sales. So I've been really like slow this month, but I'm getting back on it. And as long as you jump back, you know, you can take a little break, but you have to get back on it and be consistent. The worst thing you can do is take a break and just, you know, never be consistent again, which is really common. Peloton, these are the exact ones. So here's everything. I did delete one by accident. I don't know which one it was. So basically, if you accidentally press X, you're just going to have to list everything and then see which one's left over in your draft bank. And then you'll be able to figure it out really fast. So, you know, I invest in the best Wi-Fi I can. So like pretty much all of these are already done loading. Or by the time that I get to one that's not loaded, it'll be ready to go. But yeah, all these are looking like they're loaded up. The last thing you want is to spend a bunch of time like waiting on the loading. So these ones aren't loaded, but by the time I get there, it'll be fine. So let's get straight into it. I'd like to have a screen right here just to make sure. And someone said that I should get a dual monitor, which is a good idea. This desk isn't like that big. I mean, I do have a TV right above me, so I guess I could. So these are small. So Adidas pants, men's small, red. So this is why I like selling off my own. Red. So joggers. Sweatpants. Cool. So quick rehash on the title. It's literally the most important thing. Like I move really crappy low tier items all the time based off of my SEO. And obviously like having good pictures. Like here's an example of a fairly good picture. It's centered. It's got good lighting. It's like centered. It has a clean background. And it's as true as possible to what it actually looks like in person. Now the iPhone definitely does make it a little bit better looking in the photos. So if you have a camera that makes it look better looking, you really have to make sure you point out all the defects. However, I really only try to source things that are in good shape. Not everything that I have is in like incredible shape, but these are fairly good shape for being used. So Adidas, the brand, what the item is, pants, gender, men's, size, small, color, red, joggers, fleece, sweatpants, athletic, adult, tapered. It's fine. So Adidas, red, men's, always triple check, make sure everything's right, small. Sweatpants, I don't think it's climbable. Only apply things that actually apply. Fleece, Vietnam, pockets. I don't think I got the material tag, which is not good. So if you don't know, just take it out. It's fine. People know it's going to be like cotton or polyester. I'm pretty positive these ones are cotton. I pick these up all the time. So yeah, if it doesn't apply, just don't add it in. Sometimes these don't have drawstrings, so if it does not, make sure you don't. Yeah, this one does. So drawstring, inseam. These ones are like ankle, so we'll do 25. Pattern, solid. We always want to do the waist, just so we don't get an INAD. This is 24. These are pretty tiny. Could be women's, to be honest. Usually, like, I have a I need to create a shortcut key for the description, but usually afterwards I'll just put in a copy and paste description. You can go on my eBay store to really figure out what I do. It's just like a generalized format. Like, we wash all of our clothes, we make sure we provide measurements in our photos, same day shipping, all that stuff. So like, if you have a bunch of issues, put it in the condition, but if it's fine, like, you don't really have to add that. So you could price these at like 34 to 28. I usually do a 20% markdown pretty quick. You could do like $8.90 shipping or $6.80. I ran out of I went through 10,000 listings this month because I sold similar on a bunch while I was on vacation. So I'm doing the 10% insertion fee, which is fine. 10 cents is fine for $30 ASP. But you should be like, I messed up. I didn't mean to go over my monthly insertion fee limit. That was really stupid. So I can send out 7 offers right now. Yeah, if you like, every time you check your app, you should be able to send out offers. That means you're priced fairly good. So we'll do a 33% and then have a shortcut key. Boom. We'll send that out, see if we can get a sale. Cool. So let's do the next one. This looks like a medium. Adidas pants, men's, medium, black, white. Spell out, because there's spell out on the side, I believe. Where is it? Right here. Yeah. Cool. Boom, medium, black. Does this one have a drawstring? Yep. And then let's get the inseam. 26. And now for joggers, you can put this stuff in the title, which is probably smart. 27 by 26, but it's fine. Yeah, it's crazy. Even like during summer, these still sell for fairly good money. All right. Tommy Bahama, large. Red. Red, large, medium, polo. Solid. Fabric type. Great use condition. We'll do, you can do 18, 18, and 24. I'll just press it on the higher side. 680. Yeah, $5.95 shipping to $680 is really the maximum you want to do for first class. On the lower end, $4.99 shipping. Verity's a really good brand. Let me just make sure I have the size correct. Extra large. That's what it looks like. Verity, really good brand. Verity shirt, men's. Men's extra large. Blue. Button up long sleeve. Fair t-shirt, men's extra large, blue, button up, long sleeve, preppy, casual. Extra large, blue. Solid. Verity anything, just pick it up, especially if it's at the bins. Sells really fast. $6.80 shipping. Next one. This is a large. Just want to make sure. Levi's shirt, men's, large. Red, corduroy, long sleeve, modern fit, button up. This one's like heavyweight, so I'll just do Western. Double pocket, red, large. Boom. They have the recommended at 70. Let's just do 38. Cool. This didn't have a sales tag or a size tag. The North Face jacket, women's. This is in the women's category. Perfect. Women's large. I think this one's large. Large, blue, quilted. Does this one have down? I did put the size tag there. Nylon, polyester. So this one's just polyester. But you could still put puffer. Polyester, perfect. Large, quilted, blue. This one definitely has some defects. Put this higher. These run for a lot of money. Like if they're in really good condition, just start it a little higher and then work our way down. I hate when it does this. I just put that in a draft. That's great. Rag and bone top, woman's, small black short sleeve, crew. Rag and bone, small. Bonobos. Bonobos pants, men's. $30. Brown. Let's see what the actual size is. Let's see if it is accurate. So like 34. It's close. So 34.29. Bonobos, Chino, brown men. 34. Where's the inseam? All right. Just like regular Straight business. Fine. This one has bleach stains in it, so it's not going to go for that much. Let's do 24. Which is still overpricing, probably. 890. Shouldn't have picked that up. If I have known that it had a bleach stain on it, there's no way I would have picked that up. Because bonobos, it's good, but it's not like an item where if it has a bleach stain, someone's going to buy it for a lot. So failure there. J. Jill's a really good brand. A bunch of similar things. So I might end this soon because we're running up on 50 minutes here. Yeah, so that's gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you very, very soon. If you like content like this, make sure you smash the like button. It goes a long way. Really will take this channel to the next level because it will really just drive it out to more people in the reselling community. So would really appreciate it. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you very soon, and let me know how your sales are going. Okay, peace.